Rise Awaits on this series. My name is Patricia C. Daway. It's November 1st. Oh my gosh. Welcome to November, everyone. Right. So today I'm actually joined by two lovely ladies. They're designers. You'll love them. And we're going to discuss one of the poems today and get their insight on, their views on the poem and life itself. Okay.
Hello, my name is Miranda Askey from Miranda Askey Design, and I've been designing for a number of years. I also make jewelry and bags, so Patricia will give you more information on visiting my site, and looking forward to hearing from you as well, and any feedback that would be appreciated.
Thank you so much. Yeah, so her links, I will have everything below so you can access her on Facebook, see her lovely designs, and you can place your order. Okay, right.
And I'm Miranda Askey, Miranda's sister. We're sisters, yeah. I'm a yoga instructor, and I've been teaching for the past 25 years. And my passion, my love is yoga. Also, I'm in business with my sister with the designs. Well, let me put this, in business, just in business with my sister. So I will leave that on that note.
Yeah. Awesome. So there you have it. So like I said, she only gave you a little bit about her, but she has so much to her name. Okay, but I'll have access to her links below, as well as in terms of the things that she does and how you can access the work. Okay, right, ladies, are we ready for this? The poem?
Yes.
Yeah. And the discussion?
Definitely. Looking forward to hearing it.
Yeah. All right. So I've agreed that I will read this poem. It's called Valor. And valor really means it's about being steadfast in your own right as your own person. Okay, so, and for last month you hear me talk a little bit about just being yourself and the best of yourself. So valor is pretty much gonna wrap this up for this month, okay, for this series this month. Alrighty. Valor. Don't run in someone else's lane or compromise your good to get a name. Why slot into a criterion to fit in as a main? How far would you go to obtain famous opportunity? Don't you see we're losing our integral ability? Fight for the dollar, but what's the sense? Live for self and not as someone else. There's a plethora of genuineness left for organics. Don't be quality struck by the glamour of synthetics. I'm gonna read that again. You know why? It's a short poem, but each line is so important. Okay, so I'm just gonna run through it again, right? So you can catch that, right? So don't run into someone else's lane or compromise your good to get a name. Why slot into a criterion to fit in as a main? How far would we go to obtain famous opportunity? Don't you see we're losing our integral ability? Fight for the dollar, but what's the sense? Live for self and not as someone else. There's a plethora of genuineness left for organics. Don't be quality struck by the glamour of synthetics. Ladies.
Powerful poem.
Yes, thank you.
Impactful.
Yeah, thank you so much. Right. So the audience have been listening to me go on about, being self and how important to just be self, right? You can't be anybody else. For me, I always believe in just sticking to your own lane, and I've always talked about that. Just walk in your own lane. Everyone has something within them that's unique just to them, and we have to realize that's a blessing in itself, that we can share to the world, right? We can't, it's no good looking at the next person, because I want to be able to shine in my own rights and also welcome what you have in your own rights, right? Because and that's what makes up the beauty of variety.
Yes.
Right? So, and this is what I try to bring home, especially in the work that I do now, that in terms of my transition from where I was, because there's the one point in time in my formative years where, I had difficulty trying to be myself as well as wanting to fit in. And, being yourself is often, for some, is not as cool. Everybody wants you to sort of follow suit so you can feel, like you're part of, right? But then what happens with that, you denounce something within yourself. It doesn't shine through, it doesn't come through, so it's like, what's the point? What's the sense of living or being if you can't be yourself, if you want to follow someone else. Yeah. You want to say something on that?
Yes, I mean, you hit it on point with not trying to follow someone else, knowing your true self. Because even on one of my books, it's not my quote, I think it's from Shakespeare, to thine own self, be true. And that is so easy to follow up, or with meditation and yoga for me. But mind you, there's quite a few people that have not come into that path of every day you have to work on yourself. You can't not say that, oh, today I'm not going to walk, I'm just going to just be.
Yeah.
If you just be, then guess what? The wind will take you away, the trees will fall on you. You can't just be. Yes, there's a point where you are what you are, and you're being what you are, but in a sense you can't be left on the side for somebody to just take charge of you.
Exactly.
Yeah.
My take on what Marleen just said and what you said, Patricia, as well. It's all part of growth, and we don't arrive at that destination easily. It's something that we have to mindfully work on, and it takes meditation, it takes wanting, and it doesn't happen overnight. So sometimes you're being peer pressured, particularly by school or your circle, and you want to be liked because you want to be accepted. But when you find yourself at some point that you don't want to be following orders, you want to be you. So you spoke about your past, but you cannot be where you are without your past. You have to have gone through that to arrive where you are and following that destination where you want to be. So it's all growth.
I agree. Yes, growing to the being, growing to the goddess that God called us to be. And I think I said that in my last in the last series, the last video where I said that it probably was good for me to having encountered what I've been through to be that woman that I am today. So, and I'm sure you can, relate to.
I can relate to that in a sense of like every day is growth and finding your way. Because I have this sense that if you want something, it's on its way to you.
Hey, that's the universe working.
It's speaking it into existence.
Yes, it's on its way to you.
Yes.
And all you have to do is to think it, and already you achieve it. It's just to believe it. From Napoleon Hill, if you can think it, it can be done.
Exactly.
I didn't quote him word for word, but it is already in the making.
I agree. And Marleen is so correct on that, because yes, the universe tends to line itself up to whatever it is we want. And as you say, so if you think it into being, that's like, tapping into that thinking substance, where creation begins, where creation, exudes. Everything around us was created from that thinking substance. As you say, you think. And then it comes into form. The formless becomes form. So
it's like Napoleon is. If you
Think
can believe it, if you can believe it, you can achieve it.
Exactly.
And that growth is in the making. If you want it good enough, and if you feel dissatisfied with life, and it's nothing wrong with that if you're dissatisfied, but just sit, know what you want, and then make steps, because that's the journey.
Yes.
It's not just a destination. You have to go through the journey, as Miranda said.
And while you're going through that journey, sometimes you may be knocked down, but it's how you get up.
Exactly.
It's how you get up and how you proceed forward. You want to keep going. And it's like, as you said, through the universe, you want to align, so it aligns you in the right. You tend to meet the right set of people
at the right time and place.
So everyone that you meet them for. You were meant to meet that individual.
Exactly.
So there was a purpose for that encounter. And so, sometimes it doesn't happen the way that you think it should, and how you want it, but it happens. And we may meet and connect right now and then probably go separate ways, but somewhere down in the future we end up connecting again.
Whatever the purpose
or
might be.
We got the message that each one of us had to give to each other. And so sometimes you meet somebody and you're like, oh, I wish I could meet them again. Just think about, you met them, what did you learn, and then go and do the work.
Serve the purpose for that time.
Yes, and also you have to think about what you want, because sometimes we ask for things and actually when we get it, we don't want it
Yeah.
also.
Yeah.
Because the way in which we're trying to receive it is not the way that we're thinking, but it's being given to us. But we turn our backs on it, and then but
Like-
we're not aware. Because especially when we pray, we kneel and pray for things, for us to receive things. And when we get it, but we're not aware that we're getting it. But sometimes we need to pull back and look and digest and dissect.
That's there you have it, ladies. But yeah, there's a line here, right, that I like to just go on a little bit, because in addition to what we just talked about, right, we said don't compromise. Like I said, don't run in someone else's lane, right, or compromise your good to get a name. How often do we see that happen? How often do we see?
Even within ourselves, it happens.
In ourselves, yeah.
Even we can be so judgmental on ourselves because we want a name, and then we're not true to ourselves. We're not looking deep within and saying, okay, it's not just a name. Are you happy with the situation that you're in?
The person you are as well. It's so important. Are you happy with being the person you are? So yeah. So you need to fix your eyes on just being yourself, not try to be the next person or that person, or be influenced by this, that, and the other. Just understand. It's like, I'm gonna use this phrase. What's that? Skittles. The rare beauty with Skittles, a variety.
Yes.
And when you look at it, the
rainbow.
rainbow, it's beautiful. Why can't we be like that as human beings? Why can't we just see variety? There's variety in each of us, and there's beauty in variety. Why can't we see that?
Actually, it's because what happened, we're all pure beings. We just have situations that we get attached to, but we're not seeing the pure love and the pure being, just being.
Just being.
Exactly.
Yeah, we already have it.
Right.
It's to know it. It's to know it, and that's the journey.
Yes.
It's to find that love, to find that purity that we all have within ourselves.
There you go. Oh my, I love you, ladies. There you have it in a nutshell, everyone. The poem on valor and the discussions around it. Thank you very much for sharing in on it. If you do love that poem and the discussion, please do like, share, and leave a comment, and let us know what you think. Okay, ladies, you have anything else you'd like to say?
Sorry, well, thank you for the invitation. It was really exciting hearing your poem, and very intriguing, informative, and something to think about. So food for thought.
Thank you so much, Miranda.
Yes, and thanks once again for inviting us on your show and on mindfulness and your poems. I'm looking forward to getting a book for myself.
Okay.
And I can relate to your poems, and in fact, I think every woman would definitely relate to your poem, and also men, to be sensitive on a woman nature. So everybody needs to get the poem. So yeah, to get the book.
Yeah.
Yes. So thank you once again, and it was a pleasure. Really enjoyed it.
Thank you, ladies, for joining me as well. I really, really appreciate it, and it's great fun with you today. Thank you so much. So there you have it, audience. Thank you again. Please like, share, subscribe, and comment. Okay, I look forward to seeing you next week again. Thank you, and peace out.
Thank you.
Bye.